Please pay homage to the Buddha. Namo Dasa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Dasa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Namo Dasa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa.
So we shall come to the next question. In the Therigatha commentary, there is a story about Isidasi Bhikkhuni, a young and beautiful arahant. When she was still a layperson, her rich father married her to another rich man's son. After 1 month, her husband suddenly couldn't bear to live with her anymore, although he found no fault in her and said that she was a good wife. Thus, she was sent back to her parents. Her second marriage happened to be exactly the same. The third time, her father married her to a wanderer who came to beg for food at his house. This time, her third husband left after half a month, still could not find any fault in her. Later, when she became an arahant, she said the reason why these things happened, that is to say, her husband's abandoned her, was due to her karma in the past life. In the immediate past life, she was a second wife. In order to win her husband's favor, she slandered and split her husband and his first wife. How did her past karma suddenly affect her husband's perception towards her after 1 month or after half a month and affect their decision making?
She had the idea to separate others' love to each other. Such type of unwholesome karma is very dangerous. If she wants to separate, to let beloveds separate to each other, such karma create to separate her love with her husband also. Usually, karma produce same result. This is directly mentioned in jhana karma. Jhana produces its result. Jhana resulted mind. Rupa material, five material, etc. So jhana produce jhana resulted mind. Second jhana produce second jhana resulted mind, etc. Jhana cannot produce to be reborn in second jhana play. Second jhana also cannot produce to be reborn in jhana play, etc. They are fixed. But in this case also, although definitely not fixed, similar results also appear. Same example is Mahabhaduma Pichika Buddha to be. In one of his past life, he commit a lot of sexual misconduct. That tree. So this unwholesome karma's problem is many people hate such a person. He accumulate many unwholesome karmas because at that time he was a rich man's son, great treasurer's son. Because of this reason, he had many opportunities to do sexual misconduct to others' wives, others' daughters, etc. Everybody hates such type of person. He accumulates such unwholesome karma. Because of this reason, he was after death. Because of this unwholesome karma, he was born in hell. When he escaped from the hell, he became a woman in one of rich man's ladies' womb. As soon as he take Padisandi in his mother's womb, his mother became very tired, very hot in her womb. Usually, the baby, that baby who comes from hell, if a mother takes such type of baby as a pregnant, mother suffered, Allah suffered, especially very hot, very, very hot. So at that day, her mother also had a lot of hatred to these children. But the children not yet reborn, not yet take part. One day she was take part. She became lady. As a young lady also, father also don't want to see this young lady, young child. Mother also don't want to see. Because of this kame su mecha jara ahoswan kama. She was very beautiful at that time. Although she was very beautiful and lovely one, but even parents also don't want to see her. This is ahoswan kama. Because when he is committing adultery to others' wives and daughters, so everybody don't want to see him. Such type of unwholesome karma he had already accumulated. Because of this reason, everybody, when they saw her, they had a lot of hatred. They have no loving kindness mind. One day, parents don't want to see her when she was 60 years old. So they gave another rich man's person. The rich man's person also don't want to see her after marriage. But she is very beautiful. She is kind to her husband. She had a lot of duty thoroughly done to her husband and to her father-in-law and mother-in-law. But everybody don't want to see her because of this unwholesome karma. So such type of kamesu mecha chara unwholesome karma usually produce such type of problem. In the same way, if she does it also, she had a lot of, she had already accumulated unwholesome karma to let them separate to each other. Because of this unwholesome karma, her karma also ready to separate her, to let her separate from her beloved, etc. So the karmas are very strange. So because of this reason, if you have any opportunity to understand about the meaning of karma, then you should not accumulate any unwholesome karma. It is better. If you accumulate this karma, will produce this result one day. When it is ripened, when it becomes mature, at that time you cannot avoid this problem. One day that lady, Mahabrahma Vichika Buddha, do we want to go to famous festival, especially in the full Monday of Kartika festival, together with her husband. But her husband don't like to go together with her. She carried another woman and go to that festival. So she became unhappy. Then he approached to her husband and informed, if you don't want to see me, then please let me go back to my parents' home. But if you want to let me stay here, then you should not do such and such activities. Okay. Tomorrow we will go together, please prepare. So she had a lot of happy feelings when she heard this word. But tomorrow she prepared in her kitchen to eat there in that festival together with her husband. While preparing, secretly her husband go away together with another woman. She feel unhappy at that time. So she carried a lot of pot with a chariot and then drive to that festival. But on that day, one Baduma Pichika Buddha who stayed in Ganda Madana Mountain, Nanda Mula Cave, emerged from Nirodha Samabadi, cessation attainment. Then he reviewed who I should support today. She saw that lady. Oh, that lady one day, she will become Pichaka Buddha like me. I should support to her. So he flying into the sky and came down from the sky in front of her chariot. As soon as she saw Pichaka Buddha came down from the sky, then she quickly go down, climbed down from her chariot and offer delicious food to the Pichaka Buddha, together with lotus flowers. Then she wished in future not become a woman. Is it good? I encourage very good, but not so good. Any existing, any life is not so good. And then not to be reborn in mother's womb, because she had a lot of suffering in mother's womb. Then she wished to be beloved one by everybody. This is problem. Everybody is beloved, and then she wished again to be reborn in lotus flower, not in mother's womb. In his last life. But after that, he was reborn in Devawa up and down many times. One day, his Pichaka Buddha Parami becomes Majua. On that light, he was ready to go up Devawa, but Kaisaka asked to him to go down human world because in the kingdom there was no son to success the throne. Because of this reason, because of the purification of their virtue, came in his queen's virtue. Then King Saga apologized to go down to human world again. At that time, he asked permission from the King Saga. He don't want to stay in mother's womb. He will be reborn in lotus flower. Okay, anyway. So he came down in royal garden. There is pond. In that pond there is very big lotus flower. Inside lotus flower, he take Patisandi. One day they gave, King Saga also gave dream. Let the queen dream. In royal garden, inside lotus flower there will be you get one son. In this way, he dreamed. At that day, early morning, she informed to the king. Then king and queen together with followers, they went to the royal garden and pick up this flower, lotus flower. As soon as she touched this flower, children already born. So they carry to the palace and they look after the children very well. The problem is anyone who can feed any food to the prince, you will receive 1,000, what called? 1,000, maybe 1,000. So everyone to feed. Many ladies in the palace, she also want to feed, she also want to feed, because they will get 1,000. Because of this reason, everybody loved this prince. How come produced such result? So he became bold. Everybody is grasping to her. He had no chance to play freely. This lady also grasps, that lady also grasps. Everybody want to feed. But one day his parami became mature. On that day, secretly, he was playing between the door, hiding. By hiding, he played alone there. On that day, one Bishega Buddha from Isipatana reviewed that one person was ready to become Bishega Buddha. I should remain to him. In this way, he visited to the palace gate. Other than that, child is playing inside the palace gate secretly. As soon as he saw, then he informed to the Bishega Buddha, one day, do not go inside the throne. They will welcome to you and they will say, please eat this one, please eat this one, please eat this one. In this way, everybody will tell you, then don't go into the palace. Because as a child, he do not understand well, so he informed in this way. Then Bishega Buddha quickly go back. Other than he feel became unhappy. He feel unhappy. Because of this reason, he apologized his parents to go to Isipatana and to pay respect, to apologize Bishega Buddha. Then his parents also permit to him to go to Isipatana. On that day, Bishega Buddha already understood he will come. So, on the way, he saw many deers. So he asked his ministers, is there anyone to look after these deers? No, they are free in the forest. They are going here and they are freely. Oh, very good. They have no one who will control them. There is anyone who will feed to them? No, there is no one who will feed to them. So he became very happy. Then when he climbed down from the elephant, he went into the Isipatana forest on foot. On the way, he saw footprints on Sangama. Oh, Bishega Buddha may walk on this Sangama, he understood. So according to this Sangama, but he walked slowly, meditating. And then when he saw one Kudi, he tried to see inside Kudi. There is no one. But there is one sitting place. Then he sit on that place and meditate and then became Bishega Buddha. So because of this reason, karma is sometimes very strange. If they accumulate any unwholesome karma, when this karma becomes mature, it is not easy to avoid the result of that karma. Isidasi also same problem.
The next question. For the Arupa realm, how is the working of mentality without the base of materiality?
Because of the power of immaterial jhana. The power of immaterial jhana can produce body mind movement and five immaterial aggregates. Five aggregates. Without base, this is the power of their karma only. In the same way, because of the power of karma, and asanya sada blame, there is no mind. No mentality, only just materiality. Because they had already accumulated such and such karma. If a meditator wants to be reborn in asanya sada blame, he practices jhana up to fourth jhana. After fourth jhana, he reflects. Because of this mentality, we feel happy feeling or unhappy feeling, etc. If there is no mentality, we will not feel anything. Because if we burn dead corpse, that corpse had no mentality, so the dead God will not feel anything. In the same way, because of mentality, we feel a lot of suffering. If there is no mentality, there will be no suffering. This is their idea. Because of this idea, after attaining fourth jhana karma, they specialized nama viraga bhavana, reverse mind to mentality. D nama, reversible nama mentality, reversible mentality, etc. In this way, if they practice one type of concentration, abiyat, because of the power of this fourth jhana and this reversible mind, they reborn in immaterial place. There is no mentality. In the same way, in ancient time, before Buddhas appear in this world, they do not understand about Nibbana. Complete cessation of mentality in materiality state. Because of this reason, they think, because of this body, they feel a lot of suffering. If there is no materiality, there will be no suffering. This is their idea. Because of this reason, based on kasinas, they practice immaterial jhanas. According to ancient traditional way of practicing, there are 4 immaterial jhanas. Before our Buddha appear in this world, or before our body started becoming self-enlightened Buddha. In India, there are many teachers who can teach these 8 attainments, 8 types of jhanas. They think because of immaterial jhana, there will be only immaterial mentality, only there will be no materiality. It is peaceful, it will be happy. This is their idea. Because of this reason, they try hard. 4 types of immaterial jhana, or 1 type, or 2 type, or 3 types of immaterial jhanas. Because of the power of those jhanas, they reborn in immaterial world. Because before attaining that immaterial world, they have reversed mind on materiality. Before practicing immaterial jhana, for example, they practice Pathvi Gasina, Art Gasina, up to 4th jhana. After emerging from that Art Gasina, 4th jhana, they reflect the disadvantages of materiality. Because of this materiality, there are fightings to each other. Is it true? Mentality to mentality, they cannot fight. Because of materiality, they fight between each other, between countries, between enemies, etc. They fight to each other. They kill to each other because of this materiality. Is it true? If there is no materiality, is it possible to kill? Not possible. They accumulate panati, bada, and wholesome karma because of this materiality. They steal others' belongings because of this materiality. They commit sexual misconduct because of this materiality. If there is no materiality, is it possible to commit sexual misconduct? Not possible. So because of this materiality, they are accumulating different types of unwholesome karmas. Again, because of this materiality, there are quarreling. Is it true? Between wife and husband, between son and daughter, between mother and father, etc. Many quarrelings, many fightings. Again, because of this materiality, there are many torturings. in prison, etc. The governments, they catch and they torture different types of torturings. They tear the skin, they cut hands, they cut legs, etc. If there is no materiality, such torturings are possible or not? Not possible. If there is no hand, cutting hand is impossible. If there is no leg, then cutting leg is also impossible. Again, there are different types of disease. Eye disease, ear disease, nose disease, tongue disease, body disease, different organs disease. If there is no materiality, such type of disease will not appear. Is it true? Because of this reason, they have rebus mind to this materiality. With rebus mind, they practice to attain immaterial plane in immaterial jhanas. Because of the power of this jhana, they have already rebus mind to the materiality. Because of this reason, without materiality, also immaterial jhanas can arise. Because of the power of these jhanas.
Okay, now we have a general question. Why does the mind fluctuate easily? How to avoid? Will this affect one in practicing samatha and vipassana?
If you cannot control your mind, it is not easy to practice samatha and vipassana successfully. Mind is always fluctuating or wandering. If you can focus while practicing samatha on one of meditation subject, at that time only you can practice samatha meditation successfully. But if you cannot focus deeply and thoroughly on meditation object, you cannot practice samatha meditation for the attainment of jhana. Again, while practicing vipassana also, you must focus nature or dukkha or anatta characteristic of those formations. If your mind is always shaking, always wandering, then you cannot practice diligently vipassana. If you cannot practice vipassana diligently, then you cannot realize nibbana, you cannot become sotapanna, etc. According to commentaries explanation, if you had already begun Chula Sotapanna, then your view will not change in future. But this is for those who are not bodhisattvas or who are not to become great disciples or chief disciples of Vishaka Buddha, etc. If you want to realize Nibbana very, very quickly as a disciple of Buddha, if you had already attained Pichya Brigaha Jnana, the knowledge of discerning cause and condition, then you can become Stula Sotapanna, young Sotapanna or small Sotapanna. At that day, your workings of karma will be not changed because you had already understood the workings of karma. Past causes produce present effects, present causes will produce future effects, etc. In this way, you had already seen by your own direct knowledge. But if you had already begun Sotapanna, it is better. It is fixed law. Within 7 lives, after becoming Sotapanna, one day you will become Rahat. You will enter into final cessation, Parinibbana.
How does a meditator know that he has already attained Sotapanna fruition?
Buddhi avacha basadena samanagato hodi. Dhammi avacha basadena samanagato hodi. Sange avacha pasadena samanagato hodi. Ariya kandehi silehi samanagato hodi. This is for Padas. This is called Dhamma Dasa, Dhamma Mirror. You can stand up in front of that Dhamma mirror. You can see whether you are Sotapanna or not. What is Dhamma mirror? For Dhamma mirror, number one, you had unshakable faith in Buddha. What is the meaning? I had been explained before. The Buddha had already penetrated Four Noble Truths. Now I had also penetrated Four Noble Truths. Such type of faith is called unshakable faith. After you had already penetrated Four Noble Truths. These are important. You can ask to yourself whether I had understood the noble truth of the suffering by my own direct knowledge. Can you give answer? Very easy, very easy. Whether you had already penetrated ultimate materiality or ultimate mentality. Past, present, and future, internal and external, gross and subtle, inferior and superior, far and near. These 11 types of grace have you already penetrated by your own direct knowledge. You can ask this question to yourself, then you can give answer. This is one type of Dhamma mirror. Dhammi avacha basadena samanagato hodi. You had unshakable faith in the Dhamma. What is Dhamma? In this case, for birth knowledge, for fruition knowledge, Nibbana, and Buddha's teaching. You had already penetrated Four Noble Truths by your own. For example, Sotapanna birth knowledge and Sotapanna fruition knowledge. Among Four Noble Truths, Nibbana is highest Noble Truth. The Noble Truth of cessation of suffering. Supramundane Dhamma. You had already penetrated this supramundane Nibbana. But while practicing Vipassana also you had already seen by your own direct knowledge the cessation of cause and effects. This is the negative order of dependent origination. This is also one type of Nirodha Sitya, the noble truth of the cessation of suffering. But this is the object of Vipassana only, not the object of birth and fruition knowledge. But you had already experienced these two types of Nirodha Sitya. So, if you stand up on that Dhamma mirror, in front of that Dhamma mirror, you can clearly see whether you had already penetrated this birth knowledge, fruition knowledge, Nibbana, and negative order of Buddha's teaching, etc. Very easy. Number 3 is Sanghe avacha basadena samanagato hodi. That Sangha is especially referring eight types of noble Sangha, 4 types of Pat Sangha, and 4 types of fruition Sangha. I had already penetrated Four Noble Truths up to the attainment of Sotapanna stage. In the same way, there are also noble Sangha who had already penetrated Four Noble Truths in the same way like me. So such type of faith is unshakable faith. If you possess these 3 types of unshakable faith, then again there is another one. You can ask to yourself whether I had already committed or break down the 5 precepts. Can you give answer? Very easy. Whether I killed any being or not, you can give answer. Whether I steal others' belongings or not, you can give answer. Whether I already commit sexual misconduct or not, you can give answer. Whether I already dealt lies, you can give to yourself good answer. What is good answer? Yes, this is also good answer. No, this is also good answer. If the answer is yes, you should decide, I am not Sotapanna. If the answer is no, I never tell any lie, then it is okay. Then you can ask to yourself whether you had already drank intoxicants, different types of intoxicants or not. You can give answer. So these are four mirrors. In front of these four mirrors, if you stand up and ask these four questions, you can understand, well, you are Sotapanna or not. But actually, after becoming Sotapanna, the meditator must review five things. Number one, he must review his part knowledge. How many mental formations are there? He must review his fruition knowledge. How many mental formations are there? He must review Nibbana. Whether in Nibbana are there four elements of mentality and materiality, etc. And then he must review defilements which had been destroyed by Sotapanna birth knowledge. He must also review what are the remaining defilements which had not yet been destroyed by Sotapanna birth knowledge, etc. These 5 types of review is for every Sotapanna naturally right. But there are 2 exceptionals. 2 exceptional means some Sotapanna, some noble ones, they do not review how many defilements are disappear or how many defilements are still remaining. Such two types of reviewing is for those who had already understood the Pariyati Dhamma. They can review, but the 3 is every Sotapanna review. Reviewing path knowledge, reviewing fruition knowledge, reviewing Nibbana. These 3 are for every Sotapanna and for every noble one. So at the day, you can understand whether I had already begun Sotapanna or not. You can decide by yourself. But in this case, please carefully check whether I had already attained or whether I had already realized the noble truth of suffering or clinging aggregates or ultimate mentality and materiality. This is very important. Nowadays there are many meditation teachers. They teach us it is impossible for disciples to understand the ultimate materiality, ultimate mentality by their own direct knowledge. This is their teaching. For such persons, is it possible to say they are Sotapanna? Is it possible? Not possible, because they do not penetrate the noble truth of suffering. That is the ultimate materiality and ultimate mentality. They believe it is impossible. Again, they do not try to understand the dependent origination by their own direct knowledge, because they reject to discern past causes or past 5 aggregates. They reject to discern future 5 aggregates or future effects, etc. What is the reason? Past is finished, it is impossible to see past. Future is not yet coming, it is also impossible to see future. This is their argument. such meditators or such teachers, can we say they are noble ones or they are Sotapanna? It is impossible according to Buddha's teaching. So these are very important facts you should understand.
Why is it that the Vedana Khanda and Sanya Khanda are specially singled out from the Sankhara? Is it because Vedana and Sanya are the important factors that affect meditation?
They are very clear to meditators' mind. Especially some meditators, while discerning materiality, they understand clearly because of their previous parami. While discerning mentality, they do not see clearly. For such meditators, Buddha teaches this 5 aggregate method. Dividing ultimate mentality 4 group. While dividing ultimate mentality 4 group, Vedana, feeling, sanya, perception, sankhara, formations and consciousness, they can clearly see mentality. This is the reason only. Because they had not yet practiced clearly in previous lives about mentality. Because of this reason, when discerning mentality, they have no clear understanding mind. They do not understand clearly. For such meditators, usually Buddha teaches 5 aggregate method. When dividing 4 mental aggregates, Vedana is predominant. Sanya also one type of predominant mental pattern. At that time, when discerning Vedana or when discerning Sanya, they may see associated mental formations. Because of this reason, by emphasizing Vedana, if they discern mentality, slowly they will see other associated mental formations in each mind moment, according to mental process or process 3. Because of this reason, Buddha separately teaches Vedana Khanda and Sanya Khanda from Sankhara Khanda.
What is the difference between Sabbe Satta and Sabbe Bhuta? Knowing and seeing translate Sabbe Satta as all beings, same as Tusita Chanting book. But Sabbe Bhuta translate as all creatures, but Tusita Chanting book translate as all spirit beings. To me, beings can be creatures and vice versa. Chinese translation also caused above confusion.
Actually, they are same object. For example, within this meditation hall, if you want to send metta, all beings, all creatures, you can use any name, same person. Sabbe Satta also all beings in this meditation hall. Sabbe Buddha also all beings in this meditation hall. But meaning is according to Bali a little bit different. But in English, there was no similar term for these terms. Satta meaning is they have attachment to their 5 aggregates. Such persons are called satta. The arhats also called satta. They have no attachment to their 5 aggregates, to their body. How they can be called satta? This is we call Pubbha Katika Mata, and then so. Although before becoming arhat, they had attachment to their 5 aggregates. Because of this reason, after becoming arhat also, similarly they call satta. For example, Kumara. Kumara is young people. But when became also very old, they call Ukumara. Is it true? Same person. But although they are young, then it is Kumara, okay. When he became very old, at that time also they call Ukumara. In the same way. Then another is Sabbe Buddha. Buddha is they appear clearly because of their defilements and karma. What are defilements? Depending on ignorance, craving, clinging, they accumulate wholesome or unwholesome karmas. Because of these karmas, these five aggregates appear. Such type of beings are called Buddha. This is according to Bali definition. But in English, no similar term. Because of this reason, they use different terms only. Anyway, the object is same. Sabbe Pogala. What is Pogala? Beings who have opportunity to be reborn in woeful state. Such persons are called Pogala. But noble ones, Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, and Arhat, they have no chance to be reborn in woeful state. But before becoming noble one, they had opportunity to be reborn in woeful state. Because of this reason, they are also called Pogala. This is maybe Boba Kamana, Boba Katiga, and this. But that. And then another is Sabbe Adda Bhava Priyabhana. Adda means self, but not the Adda of Hindu, Wada, Hindu, etc. They believe there is Adda, no such Adda. Adda is personality. Who had personal body? Such beings are called Adda Bhava Priyabhana. So, although they use different terms, while sending metta, the object is same. When they differentiate in this way, some meditators, if they pay attention as Saddha, they understand clearly well. Some meditators, if they pay attention as Buddha, then they also understand clearly. Some meditators, if they pay attention Pogala, they also understand clearly. Some meditators, if they pay attention Adda Bhava Priyabhana, they also see clearly. Because of this reason, depending on different listeners' inner inclination and disposition of faculty, Buddha also teaches in different ways. According to Buddha's teaching, here creatures. Creatures is for Hinduism, Christianity, and Muslim. Because they accept Creator. For Hindus, Creator is Mahabrahma. For Christian, Creator is God. For Muslim, Creator is Buddha or Allah. But in Buddha's teaching, there is no Creator, no creation, no created people. Only there is karma and karma's result only. Again here. Knowing and seeing translates Sabbe Adda Bhava Priyabhana as all individuals. You see the chanting book translates Sabbe Pogala as all individuals. Anyway, no much problem. Same object only. Meaning is, I had to explain. So according to this meaning may be different. The object is same. Same person only, they are giving different name only. Which is all individuals. With the above confusions, I fear that when now I am practicing the sublime abidance Metta Jhana, the yogi may not get the good, correct, and effective results as required by sayadaw. To emphasize the meaning, as a being only, please pay attention, it is enough. These are called no.5 pranametta. Yeah, unspecified beings. Though as a general, all are beings only. What are beings? The persons who have 5 aggregate, or 1 aggregate, or 4 aggregate, this only. So they are called beings, Sada. They are also called Sada, Buddha, Adabhava, Priyabhana, Bhogala, etc. So they are same meaning only. But according to the grammatical meaning, different meaning only. But object is same. So same group, you can pay attention as Sada. Okay. Same group people, you can pay attention as Pana. Okay. All Pana have. Pana is all breathing ones. But Brahma have no breath. They do not breathe. Arupa immediate no breath. Immediate no breath. Oh. Previously, before attaining Arupa one and Rupa one, they are breathing beings. So because of this reason, they are also can be called breathing ones. So Bana, Sabbe, Sada, Sabbe, Bana, Sabbe, Buddha, Sabbe, Bhogala, Sabbe, Adabhava, Priyabhana. These 5 are unspecified beings. Same meaning, same object only. Having different name only. Then Sabba, Etya, Sabbe, Buddha, these are specified beings. Are they same? Okay. According to your own desire, you can decide.
Can sayadaw explain about monks' vinaya for the allowable requisite and how to avoid the nisaggiya pacittiya?
One day, the grandfather of Visakha, Mandaka, he approached to the Buddha and asked, take permission from the Buddha to offer long-lived requisites. He informed to the Buddha, Bhante, we have allowed Sada to a bhikkhu to offer his necessary long-lived requisites, but that bhikkhu was staying very far away from us. We cannot also go every day whenever he wants any requisite. We also want to offer a long-lived requisites to him. At that time, if we arrange a kabiya karaga, who can do the works in a long-lived way, this is called kabiya karaga. If we leave the gold and silver, etc., to the kabiya in the kabiya's hand, and if we invite to that bhikkhu to ask a long-lived requests from that kabiya on behalf of me, please give permission to those bhikkhus to use such a long-lived requests. So Buddha also permit, but in that occasion Buddha says, if a person is a long-lived gold and silver to him, it is also a long-lived for him sensual pleasure. If for a person is a long-lived to him sensual pleasure, then it is also a long-lived to him gold and silver, etc. In this way, Buddha taught. Sensual pleasures and gold and silver, same. You may also understand. If you have enough gold and silver, you can get any sensual pleasure. Is it true? Yes. Because of this reason, Buddha don't want to permit gold and silver for his disciples, bhikkhu, bhikkhuni, samanera, samaneri, and sikhamana. Samanera Samaneri in Sekamana are then preceptors. So they should also not touch money. In that case, Buddha also permit money to accept for bhikkhus. So some devotees have wrong misunderstanding, but some devotees have no wrong misunderstanding. So they approach to a bhikkhu and they says, Pandit, we want to offer chivra, but chivra is not ready. Then here, the money you can buy chivra with this money. In this way, if they invite, it is a long liver. Other than the bhikkhu should reject, it is a long liver by a Buddha, but by our Buddha. But they should not say, please give this money to my kabya. My kabya is Paradat Lea. In this way, they should not tell. Or Sialis kabya is such and such person. Please give to the kabya. You should not tell like that. You should just reject because this is he invite in a long liver way. This money is for Siali or for you, for bhikkhu. So we have no chivra now. So if you want chivra, then please buy with this money one chivra, etc. If they invite in this way, it is a long liver. So they should reject only. We do not accept money. We accept only a long liver requisite. They stop. Don't say more. This only. But if you want to ordain as a Samanera or as a Siali, before ordination you can arrange with one Kapiya. It is okay. But Kapiya also must inform one day. If you want any long liver requisites, then please inform me anytime. In this way, if they invite, it is okay. But if they do not invite, this is a great problem. Great problem is you should not ask. Some Kapiyas may understand well, but some Kapiyas, they may not understand well. Because of this reason, they do not inform. If they do not inform, we should do nothing. But the donor also must inform, or the Kapiya also must inform. But in this case, before ordination, you are lay devotee. Other than you should already arrange. Please definitely say, Kapiya, after my ordination finished, you must inform me. If you do not inform me, I cannot say anything. Please take care of this pack. In this way, you should already fix. After that, if he inform, it is better. But if he did not inform, this is also a problem. Although Kapiya may understand well, but he don't want to inform. What is the reason? I don't know. His intention. If he did not inform you, it is a problem. So because of this reason, in this case, if you have strong desire for your purification of virtue, you should not involve in money case. Then if Kapiya says, for example, he carried money, then he informed in a long liver way. Pandit, I want to offer this such and such chivra, but chivra is not ready. Because of this reason, please accept this money. If you want any chivra in future, then you can arrange with this money any chivra. In this way, if they inform, then you should reject. Buddha does not permit to accept money. We accept only long liver requisites. In this way, only you should tell. Then if he asks, Pandit, have you any Kapiya Garaga? Then if you want chivara, then you can inform, oh, I have such and such kabiya, garaga, etc. But if you don't want, you can do noble silence, no problem. Because you don't want. If you want chivara, then you can inform such and such person is kabiya, garaga. Then he may inform to the kabiya, garaga, and then come back to the bhikkhu. Bhante, you had already told me such and such person is your kabiya, garaga. I had already informed to him to offer chivara. Whenever you want chivara, then please inform that kabiya, garaga. In this way, if they invite, then you can tell any time to offer chivara to that kabiya. But there is also one rule. You should inform 3 times. Then, if he offers chivara, it is okay. If he don't want to offer chivara, then you should stand in front of his house for 3 times. Then, if he offer, it is okay. If he did not offer, then you should inform the original donor. Such and such kabiya, garaga does not offer me any chivara, so you should not spoil your requisites. In this way, you should inform to the original donor. This is duty only. So, if they use allowable usage, this is also improper to accept. So, allowable usage also very important. But in this case, if you want to ask any question, you can ask again.
How to put the clear comprehension into our practice?
What is clear comprehension? My editor don't like this term. Sambhajana is discerning. I had explained discerning while practicing samatha or while practicing vipassana. If you are still practicing samatha meditation while going forward or while going backward, at that time also you must discern your meditation, samatha meditation object. For example, while you are practicing anapana, while going forward also you must pay attention to your anapana meditation object. While going backward also you must pay attention to your meditation object. While bending your limbs, you must pay attention to your meditation object. While stretching your limbs, you must pay attention to your meditation object only. In every bodily posture, even you are urinating or defecating, at that time you must focus on your meditation object such as anapana. In every bodily posture, you must focus on your meditation object, samatha meditation object. If you change while practicing anapana, if you are successful up to 4th jhana, then if you want to change another meditation subject, such as vaikasina, etc., in every bodily posture you must practice vaikasina, except one moment. One moment is when you are paying respect to the Buddha. At that time you should reflect the Buddha's quality. At that time, temporarily put aside your original meditation subject. After paying respect to the Buddha, then please go back to your original meditation object again. If you are practicing vipassana, while going forward also you must discern ultimate materiality and ultimate mentality. While going backward also you must discern ultimate materiality and mentality. Then you must contemplate them as nature or dukkha or anatta in every bodily posture. So this is only discernment. In every bodily posture, you must practice diligently vipassana. Stage by stage. Stage by stage means if you are still practicing up to Sankharupaka Jnana stage. In every bodily posture, you must practice up to Sankharupaka Jnana stage. But as soon as you pay attention to your meditation object, the starting point is Uddiyabhya Jnana. First, you should try to see rising impression of those formations for a few minutes or few seconds. After that, you can emphasize perishing. So this is maybe clear comprehension or discerning into our practice only. So in every body posture, you must practice only vipassana. But occasionally, if you want to practice again samatha, then you can do no problem. While practicing samatha, in every bodily posture, you must practice samatha. When practicing vipassana, in every bodily posture, you must practice vipassana. But occasionally, if you want to change meditation subject, according to your own desire, you can change samatha or maybe vipassana object. Sometimes materiality, sometimes mentality, sometimes jhana dhamma, you can change in every way. Sometimes depending on origination, etc.
Yeah, so regarding this question, can Sayadaw further explain on the four sampajana as in the commentary? Four sampajana.
There are four sampajana discerning. No? Number one is Sattaka sampajana. Sattaka sampajana is you must discern whether this activity will have good result or bad result. For example, you may stretch your hand. Before stretching, you should discern. When I stretch my hand, is there will be any good result or bad result? If you understand there will be good result, other than you should stretch your hand. This is also one type of Sattaka sampajana. In the same way, occasionally you may go to pay respect to the Chaitya or Buddha image. Before you are going to that Chaitya or to the Buddha image, you should reflect. You should discern. If I go to there, whether there will be good result or bad result. In this case, you should not consider one side only. Sometimes there is festival offering to the Chaitya. At that time, many people are crowded around Chaitya. They are attacking to each other. Is it suitable for you to go to such festival? Good. So going Chaitya is good, it is true. But on such occasion, if you go to there, according to Vinaya, you may commit some type of sangha disease, etc. Because of this reason, before you are going to Chaitya, you should reflect whether I should go or not. If a wholesome dhammas will increase, wholesome dhammas will not increase, then you should not go. If wholesome dhammas will increase, wholesome dhammas will not occur, then you should go. This is Sattaka sampajana. You must review whether this activity will have good result or bad result, beneficial or unbeneficial. Sabbaya sampajana is suitability and unsuitability. Going for to pay respect going for paying respect to the Buddha or to Chediya is good. But whether it is suitable time or not suitable time, beneficial time or not beneficial time, you should reflect. If it is not suitable, you should not go. If it is suitable, then you should go. In the same way, while stretching your limbs, while stretching my limbs, is there will be any bad result or good result? You must reflect first. If you understand there will be bad result, you should not stretch. There is one example. In Mahachediya, I think so. Chediya. While doing reciting ceremony, there are many bhikkhus are reciting together. Behind there are also many bhikkhunis, they are also listening. But after long time reciting, one bhikkhu stretched his limbs. Then he touched with one bhikkhuni. Problem. Then they disrupt. So is it good? So such occasions you should reflect whether suitable or not suitable. Then another sambhajana is number 3 is gochara sambhajana. According to Mahasri Brahma Sutta commentary, they mentioned 38 types of samatha meditation subjects. Why? Aloka Kasina and White Kasina say. So they do not separately mention Aloka Kasina. They combine Aloka Kasina and White Kasina together. I also researched many meditators while practicing White Kasina. When their concentration became very deep and they had already attained jhana, especially up to 4th jhana. At that time, the light of wisdom is very, very bright. Nimitta also very, very bright. That brightness is similar to Aloka Kasina's brightness. So because of this similarity, occasionally Buddha also teaches 8 kasinas only, not 10 kasina. In the same way, Akasa Kasina, space kasina. Under the base of boundless space jhana object, Buddha also teaches this Akasa Kasina occasionally. Because of this reason, there are only 8 kasinas, not 10 kasina. When practicing samatha, in every bodily posture, the meditator must pay attention his or her own samatha meditation object only. But when practicing vipassana, this is called asamoha sambhajana. Paramatha dohi dhaduna yewa gamana dhaduna nididana dhaduna thana dhaduna dayana. What is the meaning? According to ultimate sense, only Paramatha, Nama and Rupa are standing. Only Paramatha, Nama and Rupa are going. Only Paramatha, Nama and Rupa are sitting. Only Paramatha, Nama and Rupa are sleeping. There is no man, no woman, no bhikkhu, no bhikkhuni. Only Paramatha Nama Rupa. Tasamai hi kutase inya obijade chaidan inyan chaidan nirojadi awiji manu sambando nadi sodawa gichadi di ewa abhigama disu asamon shana asamoha sambajinya nama. What is it meaning? While going, while sitting, while standing, while lying down. In those bodily postures, one mind movement is rise, another mind movement perish away, together with that rupa. What is the meaning? For example, there is mental process. Okay. Adida buenga, pas buenga, buenga chalana, shaking buenga, and buengo bichada, stopping buenga. 3 buengas. Then Paido advancing consciousness, then Indo consciousness, then receiving consciousness, then investigating consciousness, then decision consciousness, then 7 jhanas, then 2 registering my movement. Kala object, for example, that kala object in I'm base rise together with that adida buenga. This materiality will cease with second registering my moment because at that time their lifespan is 70 my moment finished. So while rising stage, adida buenga, this is one my moment. While they cease, this is another my moment. What is my moment? Second, registering my moment. So, one my moment, the materiality rise together with one my moment and cease with another my moment. So, only materiality and mentality connecting to each other, they are rising and perishing like a water inside a river. On the bank of a river, if you pay attention to this water, then you may see water is flowing only. But according to Brahmata and ultimate sense, water is not same water. If you can discern 4 elements inside the water, in the water, then you can see water is nothing but a group of clubbers. Among those clubbers, if you analyze, there are 8 types of materiality. Among 8 types, water element is predominant one. They are rising and perishing, not flowing from one place to another. New ones are rising and perishing. When they rise, new ones, inside each clubber there is fire element. That fire element produces new clubbers only. As soon as they rise, they perish away. But they have their lifespan is 70 my moment. Because of this reason, they rise together with such and such my moment. But they cease with another such and such my moment. You must try to see this true nature. Then you must also try to understand mentality, moment by moment, rising and perishing like water inside the river flowing. If you can discern this materiality and mentality and contemplate them as nature, dukkha, and anatta, such type of right understanding is called sambhajana, discerning knowledge. This is among 4 types of sambhajana, this is called asambhoha sambhajana. What is asammoha? Non-delusion. Without delusion, you penetrate ultimate materiality and mentality clearly. That penetrative knowledge without delusion is called asammoha sambhajana. So altogether there are 4 types of sambhajana. While practicing vipassana, you should accumulate these 4 types of sambhajana. But Vajra sambhajana and asammoha sambhajana is together with samatha meditation and vipassana meditation. While practicing samatha or while practicing vipassana, you must try to understand this according to these 2 types of sambhajana. But Sattaka sambhajana and Sabbaya sambhajana is just reviewing knowledge only, reflecting knowledge only. So altogether there are 4 types of sambhajanas. Today let us stop here. Idame punyam asavakhya vaha hodu ဓမ္မေပုညံနိဗ္ဗာနသปัจเชโยโหตุอิဓมเมปุญญังสัพพสัตตานังวาเจมะเทสัพเพเมสมังปุญญภากังลพันตุสาธุสาธุสาธุ